Said the broadcast is live. So that means we're on live show. It is the Dee Does Posh with Cerys Nelmes. Not so posh now. Because we became friends, sometimes she has to give me the look of, and it tells me she doesn't know a word I'm fucking saying. But without further ado, let's bring on the wonderful Cerys Nelmes.
Yeah, it's the blank look, isn't it? It's like I listen to you, I'm like, what? And then some of the comments, I love some of the comments. I'm like, I can't read that. I can't make sense of that whatsoever. And then you'll read it, you'll be like, it's this. And I'm like, of course it is. Of course it is. You're right.
How are you, darling? How are you?
I'm all right. I'm all right. Getting there. Are you having a good or a bad week? Oh no, not even
Well,
fucking barely started.
I was upside down all week. Like the weekend there, it was dead weird. I was saying in one of my other shows, so I'll just go into it briefly because I spoke about it in depth in the show with Ronnie. But I'd just been taking on a wee kind of slight fancy to somebody you see outside, nobody important, do you know what I mean? But I'd been seeing them all the time. And then my ex starts firing all these messages to me on Saturday, like sexual content, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, me being, that I like sex. So I'm like, right. So I actually was like, what's happening here? Because I believe in universal energy. So I actually went to my bed because Ben Nevis got cancelled, and that was the first decline of the adrenaline because I'd been so high, like, oh my god, I'm going to do this flipping big massive UK hill. What am I doing?
And when is
that
it?
was
Next week?
It's now next week because Ronnie Flyway Live trapped me into doing it again.
Trapped you.
Yeah, he did. He knew fine because I'd messaged in the group chat saying I can't do next week because of babysitters. Of course, I could have probably really thought about it. I could have stretched to getting there, right? Being honest, I know that, right? However, I was just like, yeah, there's my get out. I'm out. You know what I mean? That's me done. I don't need to do this stuff. And he obviously just cleverly came on the show and he went, yeah, so it's been put off. And, but me and Dee will be climbing it next week. And I'm not climbing it. He says, what are you talking about? Are you? And then he put his picture of his friend up because it's his friend that's in the hospital with the MND, the motor neurons disease in the hospital, obviously end of life treatment. And he puts the picture of her up and he went, now you struggle, but you're not dying. And you're like, what the fuck did you do that? So now I've signed myself up again to Ben Nevis. Don't get me wrong, I look at my babies and I think, right, perspective here, you might not be able to walk for a few days, you might not even make it to the top, and if that happens, so be it, you've made it to there. However, this girl's got no choice but to say goodbye to her children. So for that reason,
plus, could you have done it a year ago?
Absolutely not.
Yeah. So
I couldn't even have considered it a year ago. I would have put because we would have been working then. I'd have put money in, substantial enough to ease my guilt.
And now we got no money. We got to do shit like walk up Ben Nevis.
Yeah, now we've got no money for taking these charity things. But yeah,
was that a run you went on earlier on? That was quite fast.
Yeah, that was my best time actually. I actually shaved 7 minutes off it for the last time I did that circuit last week. But it's just it's dead weird because I've got Eye of the Tiger and Top Gun, Danger Zone, and all these types of songs to run to.
I know.
And I just get in my own head. And and plus, obviously, it was raining a wee bit. It was very, very cloudy. So I'm thinking this could downpour at any time. So I think that G'd me on to get that bit further. But yeah, that's my best time so far.
Do you ever want to shit when you're running?
Well, we actually spoke about that as well on the show with Ronnie last night. And basically, he was talking about shiting in a poke, get up a mountain. And I'm thinking, I'm not doing this stuff. I'm not fucking shiting in no poke. I'm not fucking doing it. You know what I mean? And Nikki, my friend, is saying, make sure you take toilet roll because you will need to do the toilet. And I don't mind peeing outside, but I draw the line at shitting, man. I draw the line at that.
I used to do park run, and then sometimes I've only done it a few times, and sometimes people are like, oh my god, that's your personal best today. Like what? Then message me afterwards while we're all home. Oh, you got your personal best today, and I'm like, yeah. And they're like, well, what spurred you on? I was like, I needed a shit, and I was like, there's no way I'm going to shit myself while I'm out here. So I ran so I could run back to the car so I could get home. That was the only way I was beating my personal best. There was no effort on my part, apart from the fact that I was touching cloth. Oh, hello. Yeah, so you've got that. You're gearing up for that this
Yeah, I
weekend.
know. I used to run years ago and I did 5Ks and 10Ks and I was signed up to do, no, I will give you a piggyback to the top. That's my mate Kenny. I hated him last week.
I was going to
However,
say I wouldn't mind getting a piggyback off Kenny. Just kidding, just kidding. I don't like that Kenny.
oh, he's a big gentle giant. He's a great guy. Um, uh, and so is my mate Barry. My mate Barry's going as well. My mate James English is going. The comedian, I'm sure Gary Meikle's going. You know, there's a few of us that are going to be there. And I know Gary Falls has been asked, but a bit like me, he's a co-parent. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know if they can make it, but it's going to be a good day.
What's the weather going to be like? I mean, I'm going to take a guess.
It's
Raining.
going to be raining, yeah. Of course it is. It's Scotland. We've had our sunshine. We've actually been really lucky this year, the amount of sun we've had in Scotland. But yeah, my mate Barry's going. He's got a tidy ass, so I might just watch his
Still behind him.
You know?
That's what I was thinking. If you had a man, like when you go out for your runs, if you had a good-looking man running in front of you, mine would be food. If there was like an ice cream van just facing me, I'd be like...
Most of the men that I know of going are the ones that are my friends. They're all good looking, but they're all my friends. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit.
You mean you've shagged them all already?
Absolutely not. I haven't slept with one of them.
Not one.
Not one. Not even sniffed, kissed, or even made the intention of sex.
Oh. One of them could be
your.
One of them could be your potential.
Well, Kenny's not single, but he is my mucker. He's beyond that mucker stage, right? So there's absolutely no way I could even fancy Kenny in that way, right? Barry scares me. Barry scares the living fucking daylights out me. I'd be terrified in a room with him if I'm absolutely honest about it, right? But he's my mate. So
the way you were looking then, it looked like Barry was in the room with you.
I know. I was thinking about Barry standing in my room actually. But basically going, right, Dee, get your kit off, and actually looking for the nearest fucking exit because he terrifies me. He's a big guy, but he's also a fucking gem. He doesn't terrify me in the French sense. I could sit and cuddle up to Barry and talk to Barry for fucking hours and hours, and he'd never tire of you talking to him. He's such a lovely guy. And then there's James English, and very sexy guy as well. But again, I've been in his inbox crying, and he's phoned me and like 2 o'clock in the morning, right, Dee, what's happening? Right, there's too much a connection with these people ever to sexually think about it.
I've got,
do you know what I mean? I wouldn't give any of their friendships for maybe an orgasm if you connect, okay? Nah.
A what now? A what? Never had one of them.
Oh right.
I've got a best mate who I've known pretty much all my life, and he was my like first boyfriend when we were about like 8 or 9 or something, and he's always been in my life. We were both firefighters. He moved to Sheffield and stuff like that, but we used to go on holiday together, so he'd come on holiday with me and Callum, and we'd go on holiday, and people were like, oh, how long have you two been together? And I'd be like, oh, we're not together. And Russell would be like, oh, no, we've been together like 10 years. I'm like, what? We're not together. I was like, don't fucking cram my style. I can be flirting with people out here.
My friend's Gawk. You've heard me talk about Gawk, and he's got Mrs. Jill, and obviously I always say he's punching, which he is because she's tidy. But he was shouting one day in Tesco's in Kilburnie, and Kilburnie's a wee place, right? So even though that I say that these nice set of eyes, nothing I'm going to chase him or ask to marry the guy are actually from my area, but I would never disclose it to anybody because this town is like a fucking daily record. You know what I mean? So doing all that stuff makes a difference. But anyway, I forgot where I was going with that. I forgot my train of thought. So.
Like somebody, well, I was saying Russell was like, yeah, we're together.
I wouldn't tell anybody, and even a name. I wouldn't. You know, it's a bit like school. You only tell somebody that you fancy somebody. One, if you're intending to do something about it, and 2, you're expecting your friend to tell her friend, tell his friend, and he'll tell him. And that's not what I'm looking for.
I've always had a soft spot for Russell. So for quite a few years, I've kind of been like, oh, and my mum's like, oh, I love him. And then we went on a holiday together, and then he got his like spotty back out, his gammy feet, and then he was like telling everybody we're together. I'm like, no, we're not. And then I got off with some like Tunisian guy or whatever else, sucked somebody off in the holiday toilets.
I won't mention his name, but you go. What did you say, Russell?
Oh no! Oh, it's not a secret. He was a forever sort of bachelor, and then I said to him, "You'll never settle down until you'll one day you'll see that woman, and then it'll be it. That'll change." So I used to go out with him and all the firefighters up in Sheffield, and then he used to come down and visit me here. And then one night, I mean, you're talking like 15 years ago, easily. we were sort of like after the pub in the car park. We're sort of like, ever thought, well, should we try this? And he's like, yeah, let's try it. And we tried it, and then we sort of like snogged, and then pulled away and went, nah. And that was it. That was it. We at least, but at least we tried it. So that was never there. So I've been to his wedding. He's got 2 kids now. He's married to Kay, and it's all lovely. But he's probably the kind of person that I will marry. They'll go, oh my God, these 2 were like together when they were 8 or 9 years old, and now both widows at 97. They found each other again and got married for 6 months before they both died. That'll be it.
Well, similar story. I'll just say his name's David because he's still very much my friend, and I don't know if his current girlfriend knows there is a slight bit of history there, and that always makes a difference with good friends, right? But I remember once, this is why I make a firm rule, once a guy becomes my friend, I don't care how much it gets to the moment, I'm not jeopardising that shit. So anyway, so this guy, and this was back when I took drugs, so we were taking drugs, so obviously we were up and we were getting bored and we were doing different things, and he's like, do you fancy, and obviously in Scotland we're a wee bit more direct, he's like, do you fancy a shag? And I'm like, do you know what? Do you know it's 4 o'clock in the morning and you know it's dragging in? That was exactly the way it went. And we got kind of halfway through and we were just kind of looking at each other and we're like, this is wrong. You know, and the annoying thing about it was, because I used to sit all over the top of him at nights out and stuff, and we'd kiss each other, he'd come to my house and drink beers and get ready to go out, and I'd put him up in my house when he fell out with the next girlfriend because he's a bit of a player. And people used to always say, oh, yous would be great together. And I think it was a bit of that in my head, oh, we're missing something, you know, is it there and we don't see it? And that's how even with Ronnie, because a lot of folks say the same about mine and Kim, the chemistry with me and Ronnie, but me and Ronnie both know that it's not that. It's just we got on so well. But yeah, we went a wee bit further on a kiss before me and David, before we realised that we're mates and we should have never done this.
Well, this is it. This, like, when you're saying about stuff like that, as much as I don't want to be in a relationship and whatever else, I kind of miss having, like we called them fuck buddies, friends with benefits or whatever, when I used to make the effort back in the day. Because it was just somebody, like, mine was called Paul. He was probably about 10 years younger than me. And we worked together, and he'd just be like, all right, Karis, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh, nothing. He's like, oh, should go out. And we go out for a drink and like fuck under a motorway bridge in Bristol in the car. And then I drop him back home and I just leave. It's easy. And I kind of miss that. And weirdly, he messaged me a few months ago. I haven't seen him for years. And he messaged me a few months ago and he's like, do you want to start off, you know, where we left off? And I'm like, no.
I've lost my libido, mate.
No, I think he sent me a naked picture or something. And I was like, not even, I'm going to have to fucking find it. Not even that's going to do it for me anymore.
I keep getting messages as well, obviously, because I'm putting pictures up of confidence and stuff like that, and I keep getting messages. And I never ever thought I would hear the day coming out my mouth. That's lovely.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I get these in my inbox every fucking day, you know what I mean? That every day I do not need to see this shit. I get that's what I'm going to touch on. I thought for the day that I would say when I see the words in my inbox, especially my business page, all right, babe, are you single? And I just want to scream, yes, but I'm fucking not desperate.
Exactly. I hate, like, if you have got any chance with me, I don't ever want to see your penis in a photo.
Ever.
That's it. The moment you send, we've said this, haven't we? The moment you send that, that's it. It's done. I just got no interest. Well, the moment you go, oh, show me, we'll take a photo of your tits, and you're like, oh, do you know what?
I just can't be doing with the superficial thing. I was actually talking to a girl at the weekend at one of the places I was at, and very pretty young lady, and she just kicked out. We were all talking about sexual things as you do in a party. We're talking about different things, not like flirting, just talking about, you know, what we expect for life. And I'm going to ask this girl, wait a minute, what did you just say to me? Because it's as much as literal humble under the guy, and you know what I'm like with that. And I'm like, no, listen to me. You don't notice who's looking at you in a room. Do you know why?
Yeah.
Because you walk in that fucking room and you own that room, and I can guarantee you, unless they're blind, every guy in that fucking room's looking at this fucking absolute confident adult walking in like that. What are you talking about? And let me hear you. Here we go. And she was just, and then she said the thing, and she's very young. She said, I don't like sex. And, you know, it kind of blew me away again. You know what I mean? It blew me away again. And I was just like, really? I said, before I would have said that it's not, and it was dead funny because my mate Barry, I went like, so, no, one of my other mates went like that. So I like to ask a woman, you know, out of respect, has she had a good time? And Barry looks, right? Barry's dead funny. I don't know why he's not a comedian, right? So Barry looks and he goes like, never asked that question. And we're like, why? I fucking know she's had a good time.
Exactly. Don't ask that question unless you really want to know the answer.
You know, he's just like, why the fuck would I ever, if a woman's walked out my room and she's faked it, that's her problem, you know what I mean? But I've gave my best, you know what I mean? And it was just dead funny. He just was like, really? No, I mean, do you? But
yeah,
sex is overrated. I do believe that now. You know, for the moments of mad fucking sexual frustration that I do get, I don't think I just couldn't lower my bar just to be with somebody that's been through everybody, that's probably going to be through another 20 after you, and you're just a moment in an air gap in their time. And for me, that's not grab life and go and get it. To me, it's just like, you're not 20 now, and it's not cool anymore. You know what I mean?
That's
Do you
it.
know what I mean?
I've done my share of that. I've done my.
Yeah, I want more. I want more. Like, I don't want all that.
No, I'm not going to.
Julia Roberts, difficult relationships. She says in Pretty Women, he's like, oh, I'm the master of difficult relationships. She's like, I want more. I want the fairy tale.
Yeah, exactly. We all want it. I don't know. I popped on Bumble earlier on, and I'm like, I can't be fucking like. I can't, for people that aren't single, you can't describe how time consuming and mentally draining dating apps are.
Swiping like fucking cunt and cramp.
And then it's the conversations that come back if you do match with somebody. It's like, hi, how are you? Hi, how are you? Oh yeah, I'm good, thanks. Oh, did you have a good weekend? Yeah, I did.
Hey.
Hey. What's your favourite biscuit?
Or the
Larry Dodger, delete.
Hey, sexy. Are you 12? Are you fucking 12? Exactly. Why are you in my... And I just get between the, oh my God, Dee Maxwell, or get your knickers off. There's no in between, and I'm just like, fucking yawn. And everybody's like, Dee, you're in this place and you keep saying you're sexually frustrated, and why are you not taking any guy up north? Because I'm not fucking stimulating my mind. So in order to enter my vagina, I need this stimulated first, stupid.
I really miss, because I remember I used to go out and you just chat to everybody out and about on a night out. You just speak to like anybody you want to speak to, you spoke to. And we've lost that. Like, I haven't done that for like 10, 15 years easily. And I was terrified to walk up to
50 Shades of Grey anymore. It's 50 Shades of PJs.
I like my PJs. I'd love to be able to walk up to somebody just in a bar, but you can't, because then you'd be like, I can imagine all the kind of things men would say to a woman that they're not interested in. Whereas all you're doing,
she can't come in here. What is it?
I see mine every day, and I wouldn't wish that image to anyone. That's it. Colin's back on the penis. Thanks, Colin. You keep that to yourself, my lovely. Yeah. It's the same. If a bloke walked up to you in a bar, you would assume straight away, oh, he's just going to be a dick or whatever else, and you wouldn't give him the time of day. And I really miss that, like just going up to people and going, "You're right. Are you right? Having a good night? Or where are you from?" And just getting to know people. We've lost that.
I actually do look at life years ago, and I'm not saying, mate, I just delete and block the peeves, especially when their first conversation is, do you want to see my big hairy cock? If I'm dating a guy and he's in the generation, I usually go a wee bit younger, do you know what I mean, being honest, right? But if he's even got a remote hair in there, I'm not fucking looking at, never mind touching it. Dating apps are a man's playground. They're not really, because they're a women's playground as well. Don't just put it on men. There's plenty of fucking women out there that love
what?
them.
We did this once at my friend's house, and me and my friends were like, "Everyone's crude and never sit on my oh nice." Me and my friends were sitting doing my Tinder, and we were like, "No, maybe no. Oh, he's nice, yeah." No, and this two of the guys that were there come over and I'm like, "What are you doing?" We're like, "Oh, just doing Tinder," and he's like, "But what are you doing?" I'm like, "Well, saying which ones I like, which ones I don't." And he's like, "We literally do this and see who replies."
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "What?" So you could do that, I could reply, and then you'll look at me and go, "Oh, what a fucking minger," and just delete me off. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So there's a difference with how men and women play Tinder, as we say.
Yeah. But yeah,
Men
it's the
have
same
got
as
no.
it's just so I used to judge Katie Price and Kerry Katona. I used to think,
Yeah.
how do these girls of such success, good confidence, things they've been able to achieve with their body and moving forward, the hatred they've received and still smash their goals, how the fuck do they always end up with a fucking tosser? I'm already not getting any near money then it's been through these girls' hands, and I'm already knowing why that fucking is. Do you know what I mean? Because you get to a point, there's got to be somebody out there that wants to date me, not fucking Dee Maxwell, not the fucking picture they see online. Date me. And I go on Tinder and I just think, and I actually just go, do you know, actually on Saturday night, I just burst out crying because I thought, I'm so over my ex, but it's so undervalued meat that's coming towards. Do you know what I mean? It's all of the shallow variety, and I'm like, then I need to fix something with my knees. So that's how I've just decided to get back on my fitness journey and not be distracted with men and see what happens, because I'm giving that energy off and I'm getting a lower vibration, and I'm not doing that again. I would rather be on my own than be with somebody just to say I have a partner. I know a lot of people my age that just get so scared of being on their own that they just take anything to say they're in a partnership, and I can't do that.
We've all got those friends that go from one to another, and you're like, every single one of these is a fucking wrong un, and yet you're still doing it. And I can't. One of my friends at the moment is just dating this guy that's so inappropriate for her. It's unbelievable. She's got 3 kids. He's completely inappropriate, and yet she can't. And then like she posts up on Facebook, and I'm like, people are clearly fucking laughing at you because he's like a lad and you're like a settled down mum and stuff like that. It's all going to end in fucking tears. He ain't in it for the long term. He's in it for what he can get at the time. But there's no fucking telling people. And like you said, it's those people that can't be on their own. And whereas I'm the opposite, where I like being on my own, and I've struggled to be in a relationship.
I would say I've embraced being on my own. I'm not desperate to be with anyone. I do want to be with someone, but I put up a quote today on my Snapchat, and it basically said, it says definitely better on your own rather than with someone for the sake of it. Correct me. But I put on it something along the lines of, I went to rock bottom at the weekend. My ex was trying to entice me back. I was thinking, do I go back there? Is this why I'm still alone? Because I'm meant to be there, because nothing else is happening. And I feel so unaccomplished when it comes to relationships. And I get so upset. And then this morning I got up and I did my run and I ate properly. And then I thought, this is it. Because you know what? I don't know what the future holds. And for the first time, I'm not eager to catch it. But I know what I don't want, and I'm not fucking looking back anymore.
Did I tell you the story about when I split up with Callum's dad?
No.
Like, he was violent to me anyway. So I managed. And then after a couple of weeks apart, I was like, oh God, maybe I've made the wrong decision. Maybe it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. Oh, I missed an all. Like, I'm thinking there was more bad times than there really was. And we went out in the car, and he spat in my face. And I was like, so all these thoughts of me being on my own. Oh, Callum's only 2. Maybe I've made a rash decision. Maybe it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. Maybe it wasn't as physically abusive as it was. Maybe it wasn't as mentally abusive as it was. Oh, I'm on my own now.
I forget myself sometimes as well, and I'll say things about my ex, and I'll think, you're talking shite. Do you know what I mean? I mean, it wasn't more physical with me and my ex. It was mental. It was like putting me in a place. You know, some of the things he said about my family was accurate, but it suited him for me to be cut off with certain things because, and then it suited him because what he would say is, but they don't want you to be me. They want you all running after all their shite and all their drama. And Ken, there's you, as soon as they're on the phone to you, you can phone them 3 times and they've no fucking answer to you. But that certain ones, they phone you once and there you are away in the corridor and you're waiting for them. And that's what they, and then I would lie, he's right, and shut them off, and then with me and him against the world. And it was a fucking farce. It was a farce for the best part of 6-7 years, if I have to be honest about it. Do you know what I mean? And I looked at my past, and obviously the comedy is very much who I was. Not who I am, but who I was. And everybody fucking loves her. So how was she so wrong? Do you know what I mean? How was she such a bad person that nobody could be fucked with? And she was like, I remember my friend saying to me, Peter, once, and I went to see him at the Garvin Hotel where I used to work, and I was saying, you know, I'm all settled down, and you know, I'm dead calm now, and I don't go on like an idiot. And he just looked me square in the eye and he went, I preferred the oldie. You know, so it's mental, physical. You know, I'd eventually been with somebody I deemed to look amazing. You know, he kept us in the friend zone for about 1.5 years. You know, he picked me up, he dropped me down, he cheated on me. You know, normally I don't talk about things because I'm warned not to talk about the things, but these are things that happened, they're accurate. So I'm not liable for it, and it's not accurate. You know, and it was like slowly chip away, and slowly I just increased in weight before I was completely miserable. And I just decided at the weekend I was getting back into that desperate place. So get it sorted.
It will. All the truth will be in our autobiographies. So when they come out, you read them because it's true.
Mental abuse can be worse than physical abuse. The pain can last long. Of course it does. It's the same way online.
Well, this is the thing with Callum's dad. So I give it the benefit of the day. We went out in the car for a nice day, and he spat in my face, and I was like, I can't. For me, that was it. That was the line.
You can be punched, you can be shouted at, but there's nothing more demeaning and degrading than getting spat on.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I was like, you can't love me. You just spat in my face. Well, you made me do it. Okay, this is done. This is done. Oh yeah, we were saying about. Go on.
That was the thing at the weekend. It was all sex texting. And I was actually said to my sister's listening. I actually had to say to my sister, I need to switch my phone off. I'll speak to you later on. Don't worry about me, because we phone each other quite regularly in lives and stuff. And you know, so I'm switching it off. So if I don't get back to you, you know why it is, blah, blah, blah. So I had to switch off, but it was all sex texting, and I totally ignored all of that, right? And then it was, I met this woman, and, you know, we were only seeing each other for 3 weeks, you know, but I'm so switched onto the process now. I'm like, so the sex texting, like, you know, making me feel those close, wonderful times we had together, baby. You know, if they don't work, we're going to try the jealous other woman shit, you know, if that doesn't entice her in. And then it was like, you know, and I said, look, I hope you get it sorted out with her. And I meant it. I sincerely hope you meet somebody. I sincerely hope you're happy. And, you know, I know this process, so why don't you just fuck off, was what I'm more or less. And he would beat, and he messaged me the next day and said, oh, listen, I'm sorry about that, blah, blah, blah. But I thought, because I took your power and it's gone now and it's not coming back. And I think that's the problem with some women when they say things out loud. Whatever it would be, we misjudge what's coming next. You know what I mean? We misjudge the process, because admitting that the pattern's not working and admitting you're not taking it anymore is just the beginning of how tough things are going to get past that, because they go to new levels to pull you back in.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I was going to say then, because Yvette put my relationship changed the minute I no longer relied on and gained my independence. I'm like that. Do you think men are put off by confidence in women? Because you're a very strong, confident 100%. Woman, and 100%. I would imagine you terrify a lot of men.
100%. I've actually, because of my personality and in my hometown, especially people that are around about my town, right, I find it hilarious. For one instance, I was thinking a few years back, maybe a couple, I'd split up with my partner recently, and I'd interest, and I'd kissed this guy. Do you know what I mean? It was in a party with my friends and stuff. It was just a kiss. However, it became such this big fucking thing. I mean, we were in a house with close friends. It didn't need to go outside that house. It wasn't like it was in a public place. You know what I mean? And I'm really not liked. There's a lot of guys that would fucking secretly bang the life out me and Burnley, but outside hate me because of how confident I am, how I don't take their shit, how I could 90% of the village batter most of the guys anyway. So they've got no power with me. A lot of them, I think, would like to sleep with me to demean me, not just to sleep with me. They'd like to sleep with me to like, have that power. You know, so I do terrify, but then my close friends who are maybe on this from Kilbirnie, they all laugh because they're going, he's a fucking missing out, because see, once you break that barrier, you've got one of the best fucking energies and best pals. And that same guy that was embarrassed about kissing me in this party, I mean, we're similar aged, it wasn't anything other than that. He was embarrassed because his mate slagged him. But what I did months later was show him all the messages. There's mate number 1, there's mate number 2, there's mate number 3. And recently, one of the guys that was involved in slagging him is mate number 4 on the list asking me out. So
there you go.
I can't stand a weak man. If you fancy me, you better shout it in front of your pals or just go away. Do you know what I mean? I've been single a year and I thought I'd lost the best thing ever, but now I realise he was a cunt and I deserved so much more. Never been stronger. Well done, Gina. Also, big shout out to his twin brother who has been staying dry from alcohol through lockdown. So big achievement, Aldo. Well done, darling.
I like this. I was going to say something then about that. Oh, bollocks, carry on. I've forgotten what
I ran years ago to raise my 2 kids. Stronger now, would never put up with it again. I was the same. I moved with Women's Aid when my oldest was 2. So, you know, it's stronger than ever, ladies. Look how high above them you are now. Exactly. And I'm not a feminist. I like a bit of chivalry. I'm not a feminist. I like a bit of holding the door. I like a bit of old male style things. However, don't try and put me in the kitchen and ask me not to have a fucking opinion. Do you know what I mean? Because that's just not going to happen, mate.
My favourite question is, if you went on a first date with a bloke, would you appreciate the offer of him paying for the meal if the date has gone well?
Yes.
Me too.
Of course I would.
Because if you,
I don't understand this. I understand being identified, being powerful, being equal. I understand that. I don't understand why we're not allowed to be attractive to our sex without fucking putting a Disclosure Scotland in first before we even look at somebody, you know, because it doesn't matter how many safeguards and how many things we put in place, there's always going to be abusers, and the cue is to educate and speak, not hold people in with terms and conditions of liking somebody.
This is my favourite thing, look, because obviously there's feminists out there going, well, no, it should be half and half, or a woman should offer to pay, etc., etc. But I'm like, this is a potential future life partner. If on that first date, and I'm saying this, if it has gone well, if it's gone dog shit, then I don't expect them to pay your own fucking bill and get the fuck out of Dodge. But if that date has gone really well and you want to see that person again, the fact that if a bloke sat in front of me and goes, I've had a brilliant time, this has been ace, like we've got so much in common, it's brilliant, should we go out again? Yeah. And the bill comes over and he's like, should we go halves? And I'll be like, no, I don't want that at this time in my life, because I'm happy to pay for the whole bill the next time. But that first date is that first lasting impression. If you can't be fucked to bother to cover a 20 quid meal or whatever on that first date, then I'm not interested. I can't. I'm fucking 42. I can't be dealing with people that's going to be like, oh well, I'll pay that bit and you pay that bit, and it works like this. I can't be doing with that. The last boyfriend I went out with, he pretty much had fuck all money, and yet he would always be generous.
Exactly.
No, exactly.
It's not.
You don't expect it, and I don't expect them to do it every single time. Like I said, the last lad I went out with, he didn't have very much money. So sometimes we'd go out, I'd buy the meal, he'd buy the drinks, he'd buy the meal, I'd buy the drinks. We'd go out and he'd always offer my mates drinks at the bar and stuff like that. And I'm like, it's just
a bit of common decency, I think. And it's not that you wouldn't treat them, and I'm very much, I mean, even in my partnership, and even he'll say that now, I'm very, very thoughtful when it comes to gifts, and a man should always pay on first date. That's one of my best pals. That's
Well, this is
Scott
it.
Hagel.
This
That's
is
one
it.
of my
It's
good
done
friends.
well. They pay. And it's also my dad used to. We're talking about like chivalry. I'm I don't know whether I am a feminist or not with things that I've done in my past.
I'm not, because I don't like to label my fucking self anything. I'm a strong, independent woman who's unique.
Yeah.
I take principles and guidelines from all different associations.
Yeah.
But no, my friend Victoria was a ring girl, right? She loved what she wore. She loved going out there and strutting her stuff. Now she's got to wear this black cat suit to suit feminists that would never fucking be in a boxing ring, because apparently it's not
Yeah.
making the women equal. Yeah, there
Yeah.
was girls that felt victimised, but do you know what? Majority of the girls did it because they liked the attention.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But
Okay,
some
so
other feminists
we
don't
like
put
a little
themselves in
bit.
that situation.
We like a bit of this old school gentleman. My favourite thing my dad used to do, and it took me, I think it took me a good few years until I was old enough to realise what he was doing. So you'd be walking down the street, and say if you crossed over or whatever, he'd sort of like stop and go round you. So he was always on the outside of the pavement. And as a younger person, I just didn't. I thought, what's my dad doing? He's being a dick. And then as I grew older, I was like, always move round to the edge of the pavement. He went, yeah, because it's to make sure that you're safe. If
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind
knocked
of
over,
worried
I've got a
about
good chance of getting you out of the way.
I'm kind of worried about my son already, as I said to Ronnie as well. He came in the other day there, and obviously lockdown, the gamings get relaxed, you know what I mean, because his friends and what they're doing, because I didn't let him play anything that wasn't age appropriate, even though everybody else was.
Yeah.
Lockdown came and things got a little bit slack, but he pushed it a wee bit further, and I never discovered that he played GTA. He came in the living room and said, Mum, I'm not getting married. I went, no. He says, nah, I'm just going to be a gangster and get some bitches.
Yeah. This is
So
the problem, isn't it?
We're going to have to do some work in my boy. Do you know what I mean? Because my boy will not ever treat women the way that ever, and that's why I had to stand up and not be with his dad and thing me, because I have to teach him that that's not appropriate to speak to a woman because you're having a disagreement, to hold them down, shout them down, or terrorise them. Any date
This
for
is
any
it.
date.
Oh my days! What a prick! Be like straight out the door. Yeah, I've said this one before, where not that long ago, the bloke turned up on a skateboard. I'm like, you're fucking in your 40s, mate. Fuck off.
No. One
Yeah,
guy
yeah,
turned
yeah,
up for a date.
yeah.
I've got a thing about height, right? I've got a thing about
Oh yeah,
height.
yeah.
And this guy, I hadn't seen his, and you know that way I was looking at him, I think he's maybe about 5'9", but he's not smaller than that. But he must have been taking his pictures at an angle, and I shit, you know, this guy must have been about 5'4". I didn't even go and see him. I just thought he just stood up and it looked as if he's still sitting down. I'm not even going over there.
I did it once. I went out on a date with a guy that was quite a bit shorter than me, and actually, two different dates. One guy, so we went to Harvester, and then in the car park on the way out, date was just shit, and he was like, "Oh, when can I see you again? Let's go on holiday." Oh, I want to be a father to your son. I'm like, he's just fucking weird. So he followed me out to the car park, and I was like, the only way I'm going to get rid of this guy is if I snog him. So I had to like bend down and kiss him so he could go on his way. And then there was another guy I went out with. When I met him, he was sat on a stool at the bar, so I sat down next to him, and we had a really great time. And this is the worst thing, the really great time. And then we went to leave, both got off the stools, and I swear he was there. And I was like, oh my God, I can't. I just can't. I said, I've had a really good time.
My friends will go with these extremely attractive men, but they're small.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm thinking, if he was fucking 6 foot, he wouldn't have been near you.
There was a guy at the nightclub in Bristol always used to shag, right? And I was like, if you were 6 foot, you wouldn't look twice at me. So I was like, I'm going to fill my boots because you are a good looking short guy. But I know for a fact you're having to settle for me because that pretty girl over there will not do it with you. Yeah, I love that. I love that
that
situation.
whole, and I just like that whole encompass thing. 6 foot. I love 5. What's wrong with short art? Because we were discussing this. We were talking about,
I
but
saw Scott.
Scott, yeah, he's my mate. He's
Yeah,
5'5". He's 5'7". So do you
5'7".
know what I mean?
I think that's the limit. The limit.
That's not the limit for me because he's the same height as me. Then, so I need taller. You know what I mean? So we were discussing that. That's why he's saying that. He's laughing. He's like, "So what, mate?" You know what I mean? But I need about 6 foot, 5'11" onwards. I think. I like the whole when they're cuddling you. You feel
I was going to say,
comfortable.
there's nothing better than somebody just just do that.
Yeah.
And obviously, you don't want to be the one doing that.
And you also, when you're lying in bed with them and you're just relaxing and his arm goes out and you just fit in like a wee glove, don't you? You just, it's so nice.
You're not
And that's why I don't like dead muscly guys. I like them to look at. But athletic built, I don't like, not six, but so they've got a wee bit of just enough there just to settle on. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not asking for much.
Exactly. I wouldn't want to go out with somebody that looks like they could kill me.
That's why I've not got a boyfriend.
Yeah. Oh, I bet you've been queuing outside Primark today, haven't you? Now your shops are open. Did you see your Primark queue? Did you see it?
I'm just going by the shop. Somebody did write black leggings matter. You know what I mean? So I thought
see-through black leggings.
I could get what their joke was, but I'm thinking not the time, mate. Fucking not the time. You're going to get fucking slaughtered for that, mate. That's really bad.
There's a few of those, and I just didn't know whether you'd noticed my because it was Pride weekend. I've got a rainbow T-shirt on here, Dee. Don't know whether you noticed, but can you see what it is?
No. Oh, is it chickens?
Crocs.
Oh, crocodiles. Oh,
No.
Crocs. Those fucking bastard things coming to fucking haunt me. My daughter's currently up the stairs because my nephew, that's not the only reason, but my nephew David, he's gay, you know, and he came out, we just fully supported him. He phoned me and he's like, "You sitting down?" My eyes like, "I'm gay." I'm like, "Fuck off, like I told you that before." You know what I mean? Like, anything else you need to tell us? He used to jump about doing the cheeky girls with a towel in his hair, right? And my big sister, not that she gave a fuck, it wasn't like, you know, you don't think about it. She just went like, "Oh, he's pure fancies the cheeky girls," and me, my sister Tracy's like, "No, he fucking doesn't either. Wants to be one," or you know what I mean? So
yeah.
And then he came out really young. I think he was only 13. I think it wasn't much older than that. So my daughter's up putting a gay pride eyeshadow on now. She's got to make a video because my nephew put such a lovely speech up about how well his family was accepted and his mum supported them, and you know, and it was amazing. He has had it good that way. Do you know what I mean? And I did fear for my nephew because all the stuff I have witnessed, but because he said to me, "Oh, what would you do if a guy treated me bad?" I said the same as what I would do if it's a fucking woman. I'd get through a fucking door and think, "What the fuck are you up?"
On that note, there's a female comic that's come out on Twitter. She came on a podcast and then on Twitter this week. Do you think that is still necessary in this day and age? Because, like I say, I don't know whether I am or not. I don't think I need to address it. If I fall in love with somebody, I don't care. I'm probably not going to care if it's a man or a woman.
Right, put this objectively the way I would see it, right? Me and you are both survivors of sexual abuse, right?
Yeah.
I very much advocate it. I very much talk about it. I very much remind people that I'm a survivor of sexual abuse because it helps me on who I am. However, I do have people that have been in the same situation as me that don't want to talk about it. They don't want everybody they meet to know about it. So from that token, sometimes, like my nephew putting the big speech out, we all know he's gay. We've known for a long time. But sometimes because it's Pride and he looks at the struggles and the history, he needs to say, "Well, you know what? I'm gay, proud, and I had a family behind me, so that's all." Do you know, some people need the validation for themselves. Not even, sometimes they just put it out there and don't read the comments. They just need it out there because they feel as if they've held it in for so long. Do you know what I mean?
This is it. This is the thing. I'm like, if I am ever that person, do I need to announce it? I just
no, you don't. It's just
and
like,
I appreciate, and don't get me wrong, I appreciate everything that everybody goes through to get where we are now, and times have changed and whatever else. My niece is she kind of is, she kind of isn't. She's currently she's only 13. She's currently in a relationship with a girl, and I'm like, I hope, like, she doesn't feel I don't think she's come out on, like, do you know what I mean? She's just in a relationship with a girl on Facebook. And
my boy said, he said to me in the car, he's like, "Mum, I'm gay." I'm like, "You're 8." You know what I mean? I'm just like, even if he said, "Mum, I'm going to smoke heroin," I'd have said, "You're 8. We'll talk about this if you get to the age that it's likely you're going to smoke heroin."
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But you don't know what you want for your dinner the night, so how the fuck do you know you're gay? You know what I mean? So I think there's good for openness as well. But I think we're falling into the bracket sometimes with children now that maybe aren't getting the appropriate attention. Like, I felt I didn't get the right attention. So for a long time, I behaved negatively to entice the right attention. So now with this, the gender identification and gender fluid and all, these are things for our children at the moment to play up to, because it's a new taboo, it's a new thing out there. You know, it's like they want to experience bi because it's controversial. And to be quite honest, it must be really sad and boring in this their generation to be straight. Yeah. You know? Yeah. Whereas in your generation, if you were gay, it was terrifying to eventually admit you're not a straight, is what deemed to be normal person. So it's went full circle, whereas now a straight person's like, "Oh, am I just straight? That's pretty shit, God." You know what I mean?
I mean, bear in mind, I've walked down the street and been called, like, people have shouted out their windows lesbian at me for years.
Me too. It depends what I'm wearing. Just big, especially when I was heavy. When I was really heavy, it was even worse. But I used to get it all the time, and as I said, at my lesbian audience, you know, I've got a lot of LGBTQI fucking grabbing my fucking fanny and that, and I'm just like, well, listen, you know what I mean? If a guy had done that to me, I'd stuck the nut in them. You're just getting a second chance because you're a woman. Do you know what I mean? And then after, I'm thinking, I should have stuck the nut in you anyway.
I just want to say live on here that I'm a fat woman with short hair that likes rainbows. Doesn't mean I'm a lesbian.
Exactly. It's like what I said when people were saying, "Why are you going in the Black's Life protest and walking with them?" I says, "And you're not identifying as your colour." I went, "Fuck off, mate. I walked in Gay Pride. I didn't sit there with a straight t-shirt on." You know what I mean?
Not me.
I'm not one of these guys. I'm just here for my pal Paul. You know what I mean? I'm not gay. I'm just here for the banter.
I've only ever been to one pride thing. I think that was Edinburgh Pride last year. I just happened to be in Edinburgh.
I was meant to host it, but the lovely Scottish Comedy Forum seen to that. But I was meant to host it last year. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I got loads of other things, but it was basically told to me from one of the other board members who doesn't like the guy that put the kibosh on it and said it was such and such, and this is what he said. We know it's not true, but because he's on the board, we just can't move with it. And I went, that's fine, fair enough.
Yep.
So, and then they asked me the following year, one of the other board members, and I'm just like, don't put yourself through this, such and such, blah, blah, blah. They went back and checked. No, it should be fine. I'll sort it out. Then they went back and hang me in the back. "Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. He's a prick." I was like,
bloody hell.
But anyway, look at the fucking time.
Yeah, you got to go out and train for Ben Nevis.
Oh,
I'm going out Saturday.
Well, tomorrow I'm going to do Misty Law, the hill behind my hometown with my friends. We're all going up at 1 o'clock once the kids have been dropped off. We're going to do Misty Law, which takes about 6 hours roughly in total. And then we're going back to hers for lasagna, a couple of drinks, and then I'll not obviously jog on the Wednesday, and I'll jog on the Thursday, take Friday off, and then I climb Ben Nevis.
And I'm going to my sister's in Manchester Friday, and then going to Lou Conran. Do you know Lou Conran, comedian?
Yeah, I remember the name. Oh yeah.
Yeah, for the weekend. So we'll just be pissed out of our faces all day whilst you're struggling at Ben Nevis. So remember to send you photos.
Oh, well, on that note, this has been Dee Does Posh show with Cerys Nelmes. Lots of love.
Thanks, guys. Bye.